Public services are the heart and soul of our communities. They mean everything, not just to me, but to the people within all our local communities. They are the essence that brings about community. The Million Voices campaign is being launched now, perhaps in reaction to the recession that we're now going through. But we see public services as under threat, and we do not see the reason for it. If any part of our economy will get us through the recession, it is public services, public service workers, and what they can contribute during these really difficult times.
In these times of recession, UNISON should be defending public services because there's nothing else out there.
Tens of thousands of our members came out into London on the day of the G20 demonstration to march for public services and public service workers, and I was really proud of them.
It's the future of our children, and that's the reason why we're here today to do this march, so that we can let the government know that no matter what happens in the recession, he must look after his public services and his public service workers.
On the very same day, we organised in the morning a seminar of major public service unions across Europe, and on that day we signed an agreement, an accord with two of the other biggest union centres in Europe, with Verdi, the German union with 3.5 million members, nearly 2 million of them in public services, and also our very close friends with CGIL in Italy, a very big public service union.
The message I'd sent to government about local services and the importance of them is when we've got councils that are cutting services like washing facilities for the people that are disabled, can't look after themselves, and Meals on Wheels. I think it's about time government looked at funding local councils a lot better so as these services don't get cut.
It's important, schools, education, social services, all the public services, that they all work together from a multidisciplinary perspective. It's so important that all those services are protected and that we increase the service and funding that is currently that's available now, but that we increase that and prevent privatisation.
We're calling for action to be taken now to make sure that we move through this recession and we build a stronger, fairer society.
As people struggle, the more support they need from public services. I've already looked after patients that have come into hospital with heart attacks days after they've lost their jobs and were made redundant. And there's a whole range of services, mental health services, education, that are going to be even more drawn upon by people in need, because the more people need us in society, the more we need to be there, not less.
Stop this incessant talk, this ideological talk of the private sector being able to do it better, because it can't, it won't, and it will cost more.
I think it's extremely important that UNISON defend the public services, because I want to know that my children, my children's children, my parents, my grandparents are going to be looked after by people who care and who are dedicated and who isn't in it necessarily for the money, but because they care.
So join our campaign, work on the campaign, become part of us. People that you know who may not be in the union, make sure they join up. Make sure it becomes a 2 million voice campaign, 3 million voices campaign, because I know what we are saying is right and it resonates with the electorate and it definitely resonates with our members.